Hello top 11 managers around the world, welcome back to watch another video today. This time you're gonna watch Haunted Legend Brawl event and I'm gonna show you the gameplay of that event. I'm gonna share what I have done in this event, how I own easily 60 tokens from this event, what sort of formation I have used and training, everything in detail I'm gonna show you in this video. So you gotta watch the full gameplay in order to know what sort of changes I have made in this video and of course what I have done during all the matches. Initially, this team was 85%. I actually intentionally kept 3 player away from this team. I mean, I sold last season 3 player in this club and just to target these sort of events. So I did not use 3 player of my main 11. I used a lower percentage player. In this club, the percentage of the opponent is not so high. So I can keep 3 key player down and I can actually produce or I can say I can increase the percentage of the main players. Still these teams can perform without 3 main players, but it's not for the whole tournament. I mean, it's not for the quarterfinal, semi-final, final, for all the tournaments. It's just for the for this event. I mean, after this event I'm gonna have my full strength team. So just 3 players were not there in this 11. So what I'm gonna do, I will try to buy these 3 player if I get. I mean, so it's not really recommended to everyone. I mean, you don't need to do this. You can have all 11 players, big players, 11 big players and other 1% as well. In this team there is no 1%, so that's the reason why I did this trick. So what you can do in your big clubs, like I have the main clubs. In my main clubs, what I do generally, I keep 11 players and all other players are 1%, and that's the reason why the overall team gets smaller. So anyway, now as you can see, I started to play at the beginning. It's super easy, but later on it gets difficult. The formation I have used in this event, which is 3-1-4-1-1 formation. Slightly I have a poor player in DMC, and of course the ML and MR are not so bigger, but okay for this sort of tier. This tier is not the tier in which you will see huge opponents. Normally teams are 90 to 100%. So here the target was 106%. I mean, the final opponent was 106%. So that's the reason why I will have to increase the team from 85% to nearly 106%. And one thing you need to keep in mind that you are gonna get 2 big players in this event, and once you get those big players, you will have to keep in those keep those players in your 11, and that will actually increase your team dramatically. So one of the player will be 140%. So if that 140% player join your team is gonna be bigger. So you'll have to use that player as well and increase your team, overall percentage, and then you're gonna be bigger or nearly that final opponent. At least try to be 5% lower than that, but not more than that. And if it is possible, try to be bigger than the opponent, so that you can win against that opponent. So normally if you have 15%, 20% difference against the final opponent, it is very difficult to win against that final opponent and you won't be able to finish this sort of event. So initially I used these player as well, and later on I also used the 140% player that you are gonna get from this event, and then I will use only for this event because these players are not for a long time. As these players are lone player, you can have them for only 7 days and 3 days, and only 1 player you're gonna get who is gonna be part of your team, and if he is bigger than your actual team players, then you can use him. Now you gotta watch the remaining gameplay. I'm gonna show you everything that I have done to win this event. you